So a quick one, I want to build a case study for banks and why mortgage rates are as high as 25 to 30%. I do hope you will learn one or two from this story. About 4 years ago, two good friends, Mr. Ade and Mr. Banki, stood on their individual plots of land in a growing area on the outskirts of Ikate Lekki. Both had the same goal, to build their own homes. They had done the calculations and found out that with 10 million naira, each of them could build a simple 3-bedroom bungalow. They were both earning about 800,000 naira a month, and they had families to care for. They needed help to raise the money, so they began to look for loans. First, they looked into getting a loan from the Federal Mortgage Bank of Nigeria, which offered very low interest. But the process was slow and no clear time frame. It felt like waiting forever. Next, they visited a few commercial and mortgage banks. These banks could provide the money almost immediately, but the catch was the interest rate, a whooping 30% per year for 20 years. Mr. Banki couldn't believe it. 30%? That's daylight robbery, he said. He walked away, deciding to wait and save up the money instead. But Mr. Ade looked at it differently. He realized that his yearly rent in Ikate was 2.5 million naira, and the bank's monthly repayment was 250,669 naira, not far off from what he was already paying his landlord. Why keep paying rent, he thought, when I can use that same amount to build my own home on my own land? He went for it. With the bank's loan, Mr. Ade quickly started building. Within a year, his house was ready and his family moved in. No more rents, no more yearly increases, no more worrying about landlords, just a steady monthly repayment which he could plan for. Meanwhile, Mr. Banki remained in his rented apartment. The rent went up from 2.5 million naira to 7 million naira today in 2025. He had been saving faithfully and now had 10 million naira set aside to finally build his house. Proud and ready, he called the builder to give him a quote. The builder looked at him and said, "Sir, prices have gone crazy. Cement and other materials are much more expensive now. What you could buy for 10 million naira back then now costs 38 million naira. Mr. Banki couldn't believe it. Even with his 10 million naira, he still needed 28 million naira more just to build the same house. Today, Mr. Ade is sitting comfortably in his house that he built 4 years ago. He's still paying the bank, but he only has about 10 million naira left. His house is done. His family is settled. Mr. Banki, on the other hand, is still renting, still paying high rent, and still has a long way from building his own home." So what's the lesson from this story? The lesson from this story here is that, yes, 30% interest from the bank sounded crazy, but in the long run, it helped Mr. Ade beat rising rents, rising building costs. He got the loan when things were cheaper. He moved into his own home quickly and avoided years of unnecessary expenses. Sometimes waiting feels safe, but it can end up costing more. Mr. Ade didn't lose out. He took a bold step and it paid off. So in other words, not all loans are bad, even high interest ones. In a country like Nigeria where prices go up fast and things can quickly change, having money at the right time can be more valuable than trying to save for years. So while 30% interest sounds scary, for Mr. Ade, it wasn't a trap. It was the key to building his future. I do hope you learned one or two from this story, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.